what would be your top tip for planning successful lessons?
Okay, I believe that there is no such as a top tip, but I do have a set of suggestions that I want to list. The first, I would say that it's identifying your model of lesson planning. By this I mean, what is your approach to lesson planning? Because it's not the same to plan for a communicative language teaching approach than to plan for a clue lesson or a dogme approach or stuff like that. So I do consider that the first thing that a teacher needs to define is what suits better the reality of students, and then define the approach that it's nice. And on the same line, I could say that one of the second tips I could provide is that the teacher needs to be aware of the reality of the students. That is, the teacher needs to know what things do students think of as fun, what characters do they value, what type of things do they admire from society that could be brought into the reality of the classroom. And in this sense, one of the top tips I could give is having empathy with the student. We need to be connected with the social reality of the age of the students and how they perceive reality. A third element would be constructing a database of lesson planning. Once you start planning your classes, you need to have like the folders and all the information really organized so that you could go back to some lesson plans, recycle some activities, adapt some of those to those needs that the students have at the moment. A fourth tip would be to work in teams. Lesson planning, when you're starting to do some lesson planning and you do it alone, is not the same as if you were working with a group of teachers. So I always recommend to start planning in groups of two. Teach and team up with another person in order to design good lesson plans that have different perspectives and different resources. At any time you could be sharing information with the other teachers and gain very valuable lessons in those senses. And then you can help yourself, as a last tip, in the web. I am going to suggest a set of web pages that are going to be there recorded, so you could take a look at those, but there's still lots of resources on the web that could be used, and I think they're really valuable in terms of lesson planning.
Thank you so much.